Greetings, fellow bookworms and clinicians. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Mind Over Magic Jade Dragon, Episode 16, Library and Infirmary. Has there been changes to air to make them more appealing? Yes, there are elemental strengths and weaknesses now. So all schools of magic can be appealing in fights as a result. There is no longer a sucky school of magic. JD is very close to level 10, and as soon as JD hits level 10, they can be hired as a instructor. So let's clear, after breakfast, let's clear one of the two lantern spots, and maybe nudge him towards 10. And then Red Moon's getting pretty close to Water 7, but Red Moon's max level is 15. You can see the benefit here, right? Like, Matic and Guitarland capped at 6 because they didn't have an apprenticeship, they didn't have, like, trials fulfilled, they missed basically all the things that you would do for your students, whereas Red Moon had all those things, and has a max level of 15, almost double that, or more than double that of Matic and Guitarland. Which means that they can use better relics, they can, you know, they'll level up a lot more, so, like, every level gets 2 power, right? That's a lot of power over the course of multiple levels. So there's huge advantages to invest in students when you intend for them to become faculty. All right. So the lantern and weak to nature, weak to air. Let's start that up. This is a minus 20 and this is a minus 15, so I'm going after the worst conviction one, which is also closer. Ooh, wait on. Oh. JD's taking his time. The storm's over, and I wanted to work on the infirmary. That wall is for the infirmary. So the first turn, unfortunately, is going to be a corrupted lantern blasting us in the face. I don't think that's going to be avoidable. So this thing's going to do 31 damage to everybody at the start. Oh well. It took a turn before I could. Just the way it is sometimes. And now it's cleansed. Why is your... Are you weakened? Ah, yeah, you're weakened. I was like, why are... Yeah. Lightning... It's lightning waning right now. Which is why Guitar Lilin is, like, not doing anything spell-wise. Not a big deal. Fight will be over in a minute. And done. There goes another lantern. Siegfried, did you ever attune that relic? No. Of course you hadn't. So, before I commit to more of the infirmary, let me look at all of the room goals. So the hospital ward wants to be private and skewed. So what I might want to do is to prep to make a hospital ward. So skewed is that one wall is 3 higher than the other one, and private is that there is only one entryway. Got it. So I think I'm going to change the design a little bit. so that we have the potential for a full-fledged hospital ward. Actually, I'm going to try to game the system a little bit. I don't know if it's going to work, but time will tell. No, because if I did that, okay. Well, I still need to redesign it. So the raffle just triggered. Bloody Death. You are the new Fire Mage. That's a hell of a name for the Fire Mage. Let's bring in another one. I'm just going to need a second caster. I think attuning to the lobies that I don't tend to keep is probably not worth my time. So this will be the last time I do it. I'm curious if this reads as a room or not. Because of the way this is set up. We'll see. It probably will read as a room. Oh, our graduation room isn't a graduation room anymore. What happened to it? This is supposed to be an assembly hall. It's not luxurious enough. Luckily, I have candelabras for that. And the next Fire Mage, I'll take a look at them in a second. Generally speaking, I think Vivified don't make for good Fire Mages because they're generally not slow or powerful. They're tanky. And yep, tanky, not slow and not powerful. Exactly as I predicted. So we'll just have to keep summoning. Let's just summon one more right now while I'm thinking about it. Turmarin, thank you for the resub. Cheers, dude. Is Bloody Death the keeper? F tier power? I would say no. Nobody's really been a keeper yet. Kind of regret letting Brody go. But, you know, c'est la vie. It's too late. We already made that choice as a group. Curtis, what about you? A tier speed, B tier power. You did not. You're only level 3 fire. You're better than all the ones we've seen before. You're not gifted, however, but you know, it's a possibility. So I think what we'll do is we'll go through the current, because I need one more bed down. We'll go through the current roster of students, and after some of the students that are closest to graduating graduate. We can consider bringing in more students or keeping one. I wonder if there's a benefit to bring in all the same type of students. No, not really. Unless they become apprentices. Then it just saves you room on the apprentice portals. The high stink makes gut berries gross, and lightning wane and air wax. So there's just an additional penalty for gut berry consumption, which we don't eat gut berries, so it's kind of moot. Doesn't really apply to us. Is there... No, there are no wild spore shrooms. JD, sorry to make you burn the midnight oil. This is literally going to be your full-time job once you're hired. Get us some more spore shrooms. Because I'm pretty close to having that library. It's been looming over me for a long time, but... Advanced rooms typically require advanced materials, and advanced materials aren't necessarily easy to get. So it's very typical to be like, oh man, I've been working on this for like hours and hours and hours. It's just, it requires, you know, sculpted stone or sports rooms or something that is not readily available, which then takes a long time to acquire. So I'm still missing 1 spore cap. Oh, that's just a torment. JD, get back there and plant them. Oh, he leveled up, so he's now hireable for staff. Tending those plants, he hit level 10. Definitely want to do that. Hire staff, JD, and all of the faculty attends. He will summon a level 17 relic when he graduates. But I'm going to wait until, like, lunch or breakfast time is over. Or, you know what? I might want to wait until the next Repel Fog, because he's the only student right now with a level 2 staff. So his Repel Fog would be more powerful than using any of the other 4. Also, level 9 fight. A Boulder Jaw. And a bunch of Strigoi. Boulder Jaw is weak to nature, which is good because JD's very strong. And then the Strigoi are weak to earth. And then the backliner here is weak to water. Red Moon can go after the Fuzzy Mite. So I think what I would want is a layout like this for this fight. JD in front. Red Moon to hit the Fuzzy Mite. So Red Moon's going to have to face tank a bit of this fight when we enter it. But, you know, there's not much to do about that. And then, dark attacks. So it prevents or removes any combat status effect from this combat slot. So they have combat slot bonuses that I could try to steal, or I can negate them with dark damage. So JD's first spell could be Miasma to hit all of them with dark damage and to remove the cleansed buff. I'm not going to jump into the fight right now, but I will. So Portapane, you are the brand new guy. So this room is open back, pristine and skewed, but not private. It's not private because it has 2 entryways. So if I deleted this door, does it become private? I don't know how weird it looks like that, but it's to fulfill certain requirements. Actually, this needs to be lofted, doesn't it? No, it doesn't. I think the upgraded version needs to be lofted. I don't need to worry about that right now. That's easy to fix later on. So is this now private? No, it's not private. Okay, so this experimental build won't work. I'm gonna have to put a door here. And then I probably want the only way to enter it in from this staircase. So I'm gonna make a few changes here. To make sure that this infirmary can eventually become a full-fledged hospital. Let's graduate JD, and then once he's graduated, do the fight, because once he's graduated, he'll need to level up more. So I don't want to do high experience combat fights until he can benefit from it. So I'll wait for these corrupted lanterns until he's faculty. Oh, I'm like accidentally fulfilling trials. That's nice. And I want maybe one more fire initiate, and I'll just pick. Then I can ask you guys if I should pick one of the current present students. Spore caps. Wait, what happened to them? I had 24. Did we do chemistry with them? Where'd they go? Large window? Ah, large window. Let's cancel that window for now. Okay. Now we're closer to our goal. These candelabras haven't had their items delivered. Okay, cool. This... Yeah, so this will be the hospital. And I'm leaving this kind of like open to be elevated. And this needs to be private and skewed. So this build is both private and skewed. We have a Spectral Rift. Let's deal with that before they spread. So weak to earth in the front row. Nature here. Water there. So water on the left. I'm going to do water there. Nature here. Guitar Lilin should not be frontliner, so I'm going to have JD in the front. And begin. So as soon as these current shrooms are fully grown, they need a little bit more tending. We will be able to build that library. Finally. So the meddler takes double damage from nature, so they'll die. Cool. Oh, right, you're waned. I was like, why are you still hitting for nothing? Right. JD is very strong. I mean, it's essentially, this is what it looks like when you invest in a student for a long time. They get strong. Red Moon, I would say, is also very strong. Just in a slightly different way. Alright, Rift's gone. There's no problem. Bloody Death is fully trained. Bloody Death, I think we can all agree, was never going to become a faculty, being that they were like F+ power tier. So I'll go ahead and just graduate them away, and then fill one more slot with fire, see if it can beat out Portapain. But it's also entirely possible that you guys won't even want Portapain 2. I'll leave that potential open for voting. So I think tomorrow the fog encroaches, and we'll be able to do one more font ritual, push it back, and then hire JD. That will be a bit momentous. We also found the limit of the early access dungeons. There's still a lot of dungeon left. It's not like we're out of dungeon, right? There's this whole path, that whole path, this one, that one. There's a lot left. Can't believe it. We still haven't repaired from the last thunderstorm or lightning storm. Those just last so long. Okay, schoolroom. Is it dark? It is. So we're gonna want another light source in there. But this should be skewed in private. Yep. Towered, skewed, private, pristine, open back, silent. It's got all the requirements to become our hospital. And then we'll want instant burners in there, which is a luxury item. And I'll put them right there. So we need some more smoke stick in order to finish it up, which is fine because there's lots of wild smoke stick everywhere. So we should be able to get the infirmary in pretty soon. I hit all the keywords for that. It's not elevated because of this section, and it's also not isolated because it has doors. But yeah, it hit a lot of those keywords. Hit most of them. Okay, we need a little bit of viscera to be able to push back the fog. So the other thing I want to do today is to kill a bunch of dire rats so that JD can push back the fog and actually become faculty. That will be big. Because then his max level will go up a lot, and he'll be able to get stronger, 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 stronger every time he levels up. Are there rooms that need to be isolated? Yes. The Mage's Hermitage, which I haven't built and haven't, you know, I work on my priority that's up there, so if you guys vote for it, yeah, I'll build it, but until it gets voted on, I don't really care about it. I should have harvested these last night. Oh, no, maybe someone did. Let me see. Nope, still 24 out of 25. Okay. We need a little bit more viscera. So let's hunt the rats on the other side. A lot of the viscera that we've been hunting, I'm sure, is going to the midden jellies to process. And Zifi, you are fully leveled. Baller, thank you for the resub. 2 full years of it, too. I'll drink to that. Cheers. Portabane's probably not allowed to eat the rats because it's not part of the default. There, I changed it. Alright, so we have Danny, Neatnik, Full Fighter, Blissful Learner, A tier speed, B tier power. Lightning and air versus dark and lightning. And can do vivified relics instead of tranquility relics. Okay, another raffle for them. And I'll probably do one more. I'll graduate Zifi away and then pick from all of the current fire mages we have in the roster to see if we're keeping one. Did we get these smoke sticks? We did. There we go. That'll be an infirmary once it's all built. I have a lot of wormweed pods, so I'm going to reduce the wormweed planters down to 1. Mandrakes, I'm going to keep it 3 because we need more mandrake root. Ice flowers, I'm going to keep where they are as well. And we can do the repel fog. Perfect. So JD, this is your last repel fog as a student, and then you become a teacher. And right, I still haven't even repaired all the lightning rods, and it's gonna lightning again. Suppose repair here. Medic, guess what? You get to do it now. Would I be able to reach S tier power? If they started with S, they could go to S plus, but they'd have to start at like S. I'm not going to be able to bring someone from like C to S, right? You can only go up a little bit, so. Alright, taking a look. The room goal here is an infirmary, and all it is missing is 1 incense burner, and then we're all set. Oh, I do see a problem here with the storms coming, because it rains when it storms, is I don't have a roof section over this. So I'm just going to do a wonky roof, just to keep the rain off from destroying stuff below it. Which means... Medic, or Moxie, someone has to build this. Before it breaks, please. Because yeah, you can see that the stuff down here is getting trashed as a result of the lack of roof cover. It's fine. It'll be fixed in the long run. So the ritual went off. Did it? No, we like ran out of wood in the middle of it. That's rude. Well, we'll have to kick it off later again. I guess because I'm building the roof, we like use the wood that was queued for the roof. And then with the dining table breaking because of the storm, it's only going to get worse. So I'll micromanage Matic to help with that. He's their best builder. I should have noticed that this didn't have a roof earlier, but oh well. Problem is fixed now. Alright, there we go. Now that we have the required materials for the repel fog, and it's actually triggering. Bada bing, bada boom. First thing to check, spore shrooms that are harvestable. Yes, 1. Right here. I'm setting Moxie in. This one is too immature. That one will be done in a second. That one's waiting. Okay. And that will allow us to get our library. So I'm going to get the infirmary and the library probably within the same day. In fact, Guitar Lilin, because I'm impatient. Oh, it hasn't been delivered. Never mind. Moxie's best at delivering stuff because they fly. Why is there a void cap there? Shoot. Because no one can get that? No, we can store it. That's a bad spot for a void cap, because I don't want it to be destroyed by the rain. Oh, another corrupted landing. Alright, Danny, you are Bushido Dreams. So this is a Tormenting Whispers and also a Thrumming Headache. So they're different. And I'm going to need to get clearing again. I feel like I get a lantern every other day. A bit much, if you ask me. Oh, no, never mind. I thought that was a range of, like, you can't build another one within this area, but that's not true. So this will be a library finally, and this will be a infirmary. Once everything gets delivered and assembled. Any crystals? Good question. Taking a look at the wild crystals. We have a Misty here. That could be nice to have. And a Smoky. Thanks for reminding me. Infirmary is up. And library is almost there. So I'll be pulling you guys about a new goal in a second. We also just researched the precognition. I think what I want to do is queue up like a bunch of the lower level research that I kind of passed over. Definitely going to want that. Actually, this stuff is more important given who's about to graduate. So, speaking of graduation. Swift Comb. Who is that? Mana and Speed. Tuning to Matic. So Matic is holding a power and mana. Honestly, Swift Comb would be better for him, but it's a pretty low level relic, so I don't know. But higher staff for JD getting going now. So I'm going to choose my next goal. I'm not going to leave it up to you guys, sorry to say. But I'm going to choose wisely, so don't you worry. What I will pull you at is as soon as JD gets graduated, I'm going to fill the last bed in our school with another Fire Mage. Yet another Fire Mage. And then pick from our favorites. So JD, you are going to need new work priorities. But what I think I'm going to do with JD is something totally novel, which is a inverse day-night schedule. So this is a schedule just for JD. And they are going to sleep 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at night. Now, for everyone else, when they wake up, they eat. And then they recreate for 2 hours. And then afterwards, they work. And then they eat and then recreate before bed. So recreate and eat. So this is JD's new schedule. The reason I'm doing this is a lot of the farming tasks can only be done at night. The farming tasks that have to be done during the day can be done during the night, but the night ones have to be done during the night. So if you want a if you want, like, for instance, your sports rooms to be tended and harvested, you have to do it at nighttime. So it helps to have a faculty that is up at night, specifically a nature one. So here's our lovely library. I think it looks quite nice. Finally, fulfilled all the requirements. And if we wanted this to ever become a Athenium, we would need, like, gargoyles, large bookshelf, more tomb and benches. It's a little out of our price range at the moment. Then the infirmary is an infirmary, so I can check that off. And if we wanted that to be a hospital ward, It's going to need tincture shelves and medicinal carts and more incense burners and more medical beds and 3 large windows. Again, a little bit out of our price range. The next thing I want to do here is, and I'll update the priority, build a, and if we take a look at the room, go to the workshop, and most of you could probably see this coming, atelier. So this allows us to quilt a beast that like live longer, which is really nice. And it needs to be lofted with 25 or greater creepy luxury. That's going to be hard to accommodate. Also, it's going to need 3 small roof decorations, also hard to accommodate. And then the lofted means it needs to be taller than it is wide. So that's pretty easy to accommodate. But it's going to need rooftop access because it needs rooftop decorations. It could be here if this was taller than it was wide. So I might put it here. I could also put it here pretty easily, but it would need roof access. What I could do is have it be like, yeah, I'm going to make it like extra wonky, I think. So now that it is not storming anymore, I'm going to utilize this area. But I don't necessarily need to wait to have the room to be able to start to do the quilted beasts. I can make a spindle and like put the spindle in here and start the quilted beast process. I'm also going to put storage in for a regular chest and keep the corpses of quilted beasts in that chest specifically. Oh, don't forget to move the medical chest. Thank you. Let's get that. I'll actually put it right in the front of the room. And the quilted beasts are going to allow me to dramatically expand the amount of plants that I tend, because I won't need people to tend the plants. I will just use, you know, my quilted beasts. Oh. You know, I almost could leave this here if the roof was lower. But no, I'm not going to build it like that. That's beyond the amount of wonk that I want. The other worry that I have is like the creep luxury. I only get 1 creep luxury per carpet, and there's certainly not enough room. So if we take a look at the research tree and research creepy, I can highlight all the creepy luxury. So the larger occult rugs is 2, but that's not going to be enough because there's a finite amount of floor space. The terrarium, which is way more expensive than I can afford. You know, actually, I might not be able to accommodate the creepy luxury. So I might just want to, the goal is to get, build a workshop for quilted. I don't think it's reasonable to try to get a whole, the whole thing going right now. So JD's max level's 15, just like Red Moon, because they went through the same sort of like training process. And then I am also going to need to unshrink a plain bed. I kind of forgot to do this, so that JD has a bed. I don't have bedrooms yet. You really haven't voted for me to have bedrooms yet, so everyone's going to share like a stair bedroom for now. Can the school get wider? It can, but I said this last stream and the stream before. I don't intend for it to be. This is my final blueprint. My floor print. Gets no wider. So the last person we have here is a Raven cultist. Taking a look at their stats. S tier power, C tier speed. Very similar, actually, to Big Brody. So raffling this last one off. Good luck in the raffles. And question, should I keep one of these fire mages? So none of them started with fire 4, but maybe that's not important to you. Oh yeah, all of them are fire base 3. But you can decide. Alright, I should be going after Corrupted Lanterns because these things are driving us mad. So before JD like goes crazy, Fernling Wraith. What is a Wraith? Inflicts sadness, and it is weak to stone, earth. Okay. Furling's weak to fire. And then there's thorns here. So Red Moon, I'm going to switch you over here because you're tankier than Guitar Lilith. That fight's going to be a little annoying due to the terrain. Oh well. One more minute to vote. Oh, and I forgot to look at the sparkling fan. Trial XP goes up, so that will be amazing to put. Oh, once it's leveled up, to put into a plinth. And then there's a. I'm gonna tune it to JD. And there's a combat. Yep. There's a fog incarnation coming in. Just can't catch a break. So JD, what do you need? You slept on the floor. That's what's pissing you off mostly? Okay. Thank you for tuning in to Mind Over Magic, which originally streamed live on Twitch, October 25th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow mages.